Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this live replay episode with Verde, where we talk about God, we talk about mindset, we talk about human design, we talk about different tools, self-love that we incorporate throughout Verde. If you are new here, go ahead and say hi. Hello, Alexis. Hello to those of you that are joining. Hi. I would love for you to engage throughout this Instagram live because I don't feel it's effective for me to just speak. I find it to be effective for everyone to engage and commune amongst one another and amongst the chat. Hi, Anna. Hello. And just to say hi, Josie. Hello, hi. That way you all are engaging. That way you all are able to be responsive again towards one another. And for me personally, this is just so much more engaging in regards to the chat and not just me talking, which is awesome. But I really want to see you guys and have you guys participate as well. So what we're going to talk about, and I recommend grabbing a pen and paper if you do not already have access to that now. What we're going to be talking about is a really potent topic of mindset. And so we're going to talk about 3 tools that can help you shift your mindset to experience more ease in your life. 3 tools that can help you experience more ease in your life. That's what we're going to cover in this Instagram live today. And some of them might be a little mind-blowing and shocking, and that's going to be okay as well. So, mindset. Why is this important? Why is mindset important? Mindset is important because this dictates in different ways every single thing that we do. And our mindset is composed of 2 main things. Our mindset is composed of our unconscious mind and our conscious mind. Now, what does this mean? Our unconscious mind is composed of things. It basically means things that we're not aware of. And this is about 90 to 95% of our brain. Our conscious mind, let me repeat that because it went on pause. Our conscious mind is things that we are aware of. And this is about 5 to 10% of our brain. Now, why is this important? And it can be a little alarming as well. If we are mainly operating, it's like, what does this mean? And break it down for me. If we're mainly operating from 90 to 95%, not being aware of what we're doing, that's alarming. If we're going about our day 90 to 95% unaware of why we're doing certain things, why certain arguments are happening, why we're unhappy in the workplace after a certain amount of time, after 25 years or after a month, if we're unaware of how these things are happening or why these things are happening, it's important to bring awareness to. And so this is why conversations like this is why personal development, this is why things to this caliber, things to this nature are so important for us to talk about, because whether we realize it or not, we all have choice. We all have choice. Now, what does that mean? From what I've learned, we cannot necessarily control what happens to us. And many of us have had experiences like that. How many people, you can pop in the chat, you can put some reactions. How many people have had things that have happened to you and you think this is definitely not something that I would have chosen to happen in my life, right? We've gone through some things in our life that we wouldn't necessarily choose. However, what you can choose is how you respond based on what's happened, based on the choice, based on the circumstances that you are endeavoring. And that is the choice that you get to have. And if we're mainly operating from a sense of 90 to 95% of not being aware of what's going on, guess what? That's how we're mainly going to be more reactionary. That's how we are going to start more arguments. That's how we are going to not have awareness or not have an understanding of why certain things keep happening in our romantic relationships, in the workplace, and we don't know why, and we don't know how to change it. So these 3 mindset shifts that we're going to go over, and I recommend pulling out your notes so you can write them down as well. These 3 mindset shifts can help you to experience more ease and beyond, so that way you can start to anchor into choice. You can start to anchor into intentionality in your life. So you're no longer operating consistently Now, of course, we're human and sometimes those things are going to happen, which is natural and normal, but you're no longer consistently, predominantly operating from a sense of woe is me or these things are happening to me. You actually get to respond from a sense of choice. So 3 mindset shifts to experience more ease. Are we ready? Go ahead and pop in the chat. Go ahead and put some reactions in if we are ready. 3 mindset shifts to experience more ease. And I'm not sure if that was at me or in the group, Alexis, so thank you for putting that in. I am feeling powerful right now. Thank you. I'm doing well. I'm doing good right now in this moment. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so number one is mantras. Mantras, affirmations, and specifically in the morning time. Now, why is this important? Why is this important to repeat mantras, to repeat affirmations specifically in the morning time? I'm not going to go into detail in regards to the science behind it of the terminology. I'm going to go into the overview of what this means, broken down very simply. So, when you first wake up in the morning, your mind is very receptive to anything, okay? So if we first wake up in the morning and we immediately are, scrolling on TikTok or scrolling on Instagram, then we actually have our mind go into more of an alert state. And this can happen after you have woken up, for example, or had some time to wake up. It's that feeling of alertness. It's that feeling of, okay, I'm ready, I'm on. So what's really important is that we want to try and stay in that phase, that wave, because we move through different waves, that wave of being able to, it's kind of like that feeling that you're tired and you're just still kind of waking up. That wave to where you can actually reprogram your unconscious mind. So you can reprogram that 90 to 95%. What does that mean? We'll go into it further. So how you can do this is the night before or the best of your ability, right when you wake up, kind of briefly look through it. You can pull up a YouTube that you really like that has mantras or affirmations. In the Maison, this is provided for the group members, so they're able to listen to that. You can also choose a Spotify episode where it goes over mantras, it goes over affirmations, or if you want to get really fancy, you can also record yourself saying mantras that you want to share. So why this is important is that this allows you, and it's an amazing tool that I feel comes to us from God, whichever you personally reference, to be able to set yourself up for success from the beginning of the day. So we all have a brain, we all have a mind. So to be able to reprogram your mind right in the morning is an amazing tool that we can utilize. It's like working out. We all have the ability to do that. We all have the ability to, or ChatGPT. It's like ChatGPT. For anyone that has a phone, we all have the ability to utilize ChatGPT for more ease. And to be able to reprogram your subconscious mind is like that. It's like being able to use an effective tool. It's like being able to utilize something that you can utilize to setting yourself up for success. So the mantras and affirmations that you listen to are important, and what we tell our mind, especially in the morning, because we're more susceptible, is important. Why? Because our unconscious mind, so things that we're not necessarily as aware of, so it's not something that you necessarily are actively, again, aware of, it actively looks for ways to prove that certain things are right or to prove certain things are happening. So if we're telling ourselves, I'm a loser, I'm fat, I can't do this, I'm struggling so hard right now, then that's actively what your mind is going to start to look for in the unconscious. When we tell ourselves, especially in the morning, I am amazing, I am beautiful, I'm a multi-millionaire, I'm a multi-billionaire, I own and run multiple different companies, I'm an effective leader, I have healthy reciprocal friendships and energy that surrounds me, I have a healthy family life. When we're telling ourselves those things, even just notice the difference in regards to how you feel in your body right now. When we tell ourselves those things, that's what your mind starts to look for. That's what your mind starts to go out and hunt. You can almost think of them as little soldiers or a little army, right? They start to go out and look for ways to prove that that is right. So allow yourself to and try any one of these things and let me know how this resonates for you. But try this out because this is such a powerful tool to be able to actively prep ourselves, especially in the morning, for success. Number 2 is movement. Now you might be thinking, well, when it comes to mindset, why does movement matter? Oftentimes, and Sarah Jakes Roberts talks about this, which I thought was a really great point, is that oftentimes when we're experiencing really cloudiness and fogginess and just heaviness in our mind, we often think that we have to do something to shift our mindset in order for that to just be released. And it's not saying that, of course, there are things that you can do to help release those things. So it's not discrediting that. Something that can be helpful in order to experience more clarity is moving your body. So it allows you, for many of us, it allows you to digest what's happening in your mind. It allows you to process. So this also goes into emotional regulation tools, which can be moving your body in different ways as well. So for example, if you work out right in the morning and you're running, let's say, for example, and you're allowing yourself to digest and process even more of what you're thinking, the mental fog that you feel like you're having, it allows you to digest that a little bit more. So I find a combination of mantras and movement to be really powerful. And this doesn't just have to be working out. This can be throwing a temper tantrum in the privacy of your bedroom. This can be screaming into a pillow. This can be punching pillows to allow yourself to release the cloudiness that's up here and just get it out. Okay, so for those individuals that go to or have seen me at Orange Theory, I go to Orange Theory with my mom in the mornings, and something that I do, which they know and she also knows as well, which she's watching this live, is we don't necessarily talk in the morning until after class because I'm repeating mantras almost the whole entire time to the best of my ability. I'm looking at myself in the mirror, which I haven't mentioned that one yet. But that can be tied in with morning affirmations, looking at yourself in the mirror and repeating these things and moving your body. Because also when you are telling yourself, I am beautiful, I am positive, I'm a multimillionaire, I'm a multi-billionaire, and you're looking at yourself in the mirror, your brain is actively associating those helpful and positive thoughts to you, which is really, really powerful and really, really beautiful. So I recommend doing that. So if there's a combination, if you really want to step it up and try it, there's a combination where you can be lifting weights or you can be running on the treadmill and you're also repeating affirmations and looking at yourself in the mirror. It's amazing. It's amazing. And try it out and let me know how that resonates for you. So the importance of those two things, just to start off with, is really powerful. So three shifts to help shift your mindset, 3 tools to help shift your mindset in order to experience more ease is mantras and affirmations, specifically in the morning. And if you can look at yourself in the mirror, that is amazing. And give yourself that love, give yourself that grace, really pour into you and just be so kind and gentle. And things that so this is what I do. I'll listen to typically some sort of morning affirmation for the first it's about a 15-minute video that I listen to. And then after, I look at myself to the best of my ability and repeat affirmations that I specifically want, so really tailored towards me, and I like that. So I've already repeated some of them, but for example, I'm a multimillionaire, I'm a multi-billionaire, and also really anchoring into that gratitude. So, you know, I'm thankful for being a multimillionaire, I'm thankful for being a multi-billionaire. And you can think about aspects within family life. You can think about aspects within your relationship. You can think about aspects within your friendships, whichever they are. I have healthy reciprocal friendships that actively engage or respond back to me. I can't think of the wording exactly right now in regards to all of this, but that's what's so helpful, to be able to intentionally say what you want to say and say what you want to see, say what you want to experience. And that, again, is what your unconscious mind with that 90 to 95% will start to look for. So if you want a healthy relationship, start telling yourself, I'm thankful for a healthy relationship. I'm thankful. And even if that feels like inauthentic at first, try and say the words, I'm thankful for seeing how this can be a healthy relationship. Whoa. I'm thankful for seeing how I can be a multimillionaire. I'm thankful for seeing how I can be a multi-billionaire. Whoa. And then as you start to believe that, sharing to yourself, I'm thankful for the healthy relationship. I'm thankful for the healthy family dynamics. I'm thankful I care for sustainability. I'm thankful for being a multi-billionaire and to be able to give to people who are experiencing homelessness, right? You get to co-create your own affirmations for what feels good for you. Partner that with movement, or having some sort of movement, again, can help with the releasing of this mental fog. So that can be going for a walk. That can be lifting weights. That can be running. That can be dancing. That can be throwing a temper tantrum in the privacy of your own space, because we don't want to interject with other people, like spreading your energy onto that. And then the third one, which I have recently found as a reminder to be so helpful, is God. And you can reference, fill in the blank for whichever one feels true and good for you. But for those of you that know me, and for those of you that follow me and can see from my page that I am God-centered and I love God, and my life, my abundance, my mindset would not be where it is today without God. I would not be able to dream or have the exploration or just anything that is just the ease. Ooh, that is God. That is God for me. And I'm so thankful to him for that. So being able to talk to God, I feel like can surpass any one of those. He is so good. He's so good. He's so amazing, and he's so comforting. And even when you feel like he's not giving you what you want right then and there, preaching to myself as well too, there's such a power in still talking with him and allowing yourself to also listen. So that can be sometimes not talking and opening your ears and seeing what God has to say to you. And there's such a beauty in that. There's such a clarity in that. And just feeling that ease, feeling that abundance, feeling that flow, and just like, have you ever experienced for an hour or 2 hours straight where you're just not worrying, or you're not overthinking, or you're not thinking about something else? I actually experienced this yesterday, and I noticed myself where I started to want to think about something, and something came to mind, and I just felt God provide me with the answer and just continue to experience ease. And there's a beauty in that. So God throughout all of these is the main mindset shift that I feel like you can utilize, because he's so personalized. And I just saw a light sign, which is cool. He's so personalized for each and every single one of us. How he talks to me is going to be different to how he talks to you, and how he talks to your siblings or your family or whoever. He's going to show up differently. And God is funny. He is funny for sure. He is a disciplinarian. He is kind. He's loving. He has your best interest at heart. And so something that I've also thought about recently too is that, for any of you that resonate with this as well, like, you want to be a multimillionaire, you want to be a multi-billionaire, or you want to have multiple different properties, or you want to have multiple different businesses, or you want to make impact in the world, you want to be an effective mom, you want to be an effective parent, whatever it is, you want something, you want something. Being able to talk to God about that and to experience that ease is something that I have never felt before with anything else, with any other substance, whatever, like God. God for sure. And he allows you to experience these things differently. And where I was going with this is that if we want something, then, and we're going through a hard time, doesn't it make sense that why God is putting you through those hard times, or I'm even going to reword that differently, why God is allowing you to experience hard times is to prepare you for who you want to be? That was the point I wanted to get to. I kind of got distracted there for a second. That's the point I wanted to get to. It's like, if you want to be an effective fill in the blank, doesn't it make sense that you then have to change and from the state of how you viewed yourself, how you thought, how you showed up in the world, to then going through, literally inner depths of who you were to who God is shaping you to be and the person that you also want to be, right? It's like, it makes sense that we're going to go through hardship. We're going to go through hard times. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to feel like, why am I even doing this? It's going to feel like going back to the old thing is just so much more comfortable. But when we have something that we want, when we see something that we want, it makes sense that God is allowing us to experience different journeys, even though they can feel totally uncomfortable and totally like, why am I even going through this? And that's very real. If anyone else can relate to that as well, you can go ahead and pop some comments in for that. Is that, well, it makes sense. You want to be a different person. I'm going to reword that differently. You want to be the multi-millionaire. You want to be the multi-billionaire. Guess what? You're going to go through some things to prep you to hold that much money. Right, totally. You want to be an effective parent? You want to be an effective mom? Guess what? You're going to go through some hardship to prep you to hold that. You want to be a healthy partner? Guess what? You're going to go through some hardship to get to that, right? And of course, there gets to be ease and there gets to be flow and there gets to be beauty that comes from that. But a lot of it's hard. A lot of it's hard. And that's why if it was easy, everyone would do it. But it's hard because you are literally changing your unconscious. You're literally changing who you thought you were into something different. So it makes sense. One of the biggest shifts that you can experience for your mindset by anchoring into God and going through these really hard experiences, it allows us to experience more ease. And it's totally valid that we go through these things because this allows us to prep even more for who you want to be. Like, just think about that. And I'm also talking to myself in ways too. Think about that where, again, and this just, I need to go over this again. It's like where you feel you want to be the multimillionaire, the multi-billionaire, but you're upset with God because you're navigating hardship surrounding your finances right now. Or you are being called to change, let's just say, having to change your mindset in regards to how you're showing up in the world, being an effective leader. Well, it makes sense that we're going through these things so that way it can prep you for who you want to be. I just felt like I had to say that again to really have that point land. So These are 3 mindset shifts that you can use throughout your life to experience more ease and to even go a step further to experience the life that you want, to experience who you want to be. And from what I've also very recently learned and preaching to myself as well, it's also important to give yourself love, to give yourself patience, and to give yourself grace while also doing the things. So that's the conversation surrounding the 3 mindsets to experience more ease today. If you would like more support when it comes to coaching, if you really like my mentoring, if you like how I speak, if you like my vibe, then you can go ahead and join the Maison. And you can go ahead and message us for more details in regards to that. If you want to work one-on-one with me, which I think is really fun, you can also go ahead and reach out to me. We will hop on a call, talk about your desires, talk about goals that you want, get to know each other even more, see if we're a good fit, a good vibe for each other, and then create a package from there. I hope you all have an awesome day. Try at least one of these things. If I can recommend one, it is God. It is God, because he is so good. And if you can do a combination of all 3 of these things, you're golden. Have a great day, and I will see those of you that are in the Maison tonight. Have a nice one.